everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, as you can tell by the title, we are doing a 24-hour readathon. I have been really slacking this month. I've read one book and it was roughly 120 pages. So I really need to pick up the pace and stop slacking and actually read because it is July 12th and I've read one book, which is insane because normally I've read probably 2 or 3 books by now. So I decided to motivate myself and do a 24-hour readathon. I was thinking about which type of readathon I want to do, if I wanted it to be from a certain time to that same time the next day, like a lot of people do, or if I wanted to do the timer method. I was doing some thinking and decided to do the timer method, solely because within a literal 24 hours, I don't read as much as I'd like to because I have school, got a kid, all that stuff. So we're going to do the timer method because that'll probably span me a couple days and that'll give me a lot more reading time. I've got the timer here on my phone ready to go, so I will start that as soon as I start reading. This first book that I'm going to read is The Sunlit Man. I talked about this on our podcast on Saturday. It was posted the 11th. And this one essentially follows a character named Nomad. This takes place in the Cosmere, Brandon Sanderson's world. And it's somehow related to the Stormlight Archive, which I am 4 books into. So I don't really know much about it. I looked up a synopsis to read for the podcast and I've already forgot it. I am only about 50 pages in. I don't know a whole lot about what is going on yet. I'm very excited to learn why he's on this planet, how he got there, who's chasing him around the Cosmere. Yeah, I'm excited. So let's get into it. Good morning. Let's try this again. I just recorded about 10 minutes worth of stuff on my computer, but I somehow forgot to plug it in. So it died. And I lost that recording that I just did. So we're trying again. Now I'm doing it on my phone. So we're gonna see how this turns out. Hopefully my camera is decent enough on my phone instead of my actual camera. So it is about now, it's like 6:40. I woke up a little over an hour ago. My husband was getting ready and accidentally woke me up. He was getting ready for work. So I got up and I read. I am now 22 hours and 46 minutes into the timer. So I've read a little over an hour on the timer and now I am just over halfway through The Sunlit Man, which is crazy. I am flying through this one. So this morning I read I guess I didn't read for an hour this morning, but this morning I read roughly that much, we'll say, however many pages that is, about 100 pages this morning, and last night before bed I also read some. So there's something I said on the podcast on Saturday the 11th. I said that we haven't run into any Stormlight characters yet. I was wrong. I don't know how I missed it being that far into the book, but Nomad is the Stormlight character. I'm not sure how that didn't connect for me. It was so obvious. Like, I thought Nomad was like a side character in Stormlight that we didn't really interact with, but he knew like the main characters somehow. No. He's not a main character, but like we know him. And I totally didn't realize. Yeah, it does have me very curious about what the heck happened in book 5. So I'm very excited to read book 5. We also ran into Hoyd because of course we did. It's a Cosmere novel. We have to run into Hoyd. And that was a very fun, I wouldn't even say fun interaction. It was an interaction. So far, he has managed to get into the middle of this, I wouldn't quite say a rebellion, but kind of a rebellion, and he's trying to save them. So now he got roped into this. He's kind of just like, I want to save myself. I don't care anymore. I've done this for too long. I just want to get out of here because he's being chased constantly. I don't know, it has me very intrigued about why he's there. I think it was a good choice to read this before book 5. I mean, I haven't read book 5 yet, so I don't know if I'm going to be stressed the whole time. Like, what is going to happen? How did we get to this point? Or if it's going to make me more excited to read it to find out. I feel like it's going to make me more excited. It has me like on the edge of my seat right now. Like, how did this happen? How did we get here? So I think it was, as of right now, I think it was a good choice to read it before Wind and Truth. On this world, they have a legend of the Sunlit Man, the people who can survive the heat of this sun, because their planet is so freaking small. I'm assuming that they are very close to the sun, and there's also something going on with investiture and the sun, making the heat way more intense. And the people who can survive even a few seconds in that sunlight are called the Sunlit Man, and they are like this mysterious thing that supposedly they come from underground, and they are like magical and mythical. It doesn't ever happen. People just burn away in the sun. And it's just very interesting. And he's like, guys, I'm not a Sunlit Man. Like, this is made up. I'm not. He's like, I just have a lot of investiture in me. Like, I promise I'm not that special, guys. He's trying to figure out what's going on with his torment and how to get rid of it. So we're seeing some more like researchy science stuff happen in this book. Not as intense as like Rhythm of War, where that is just very technical. It got kind of heavy in Rhythm of War because it slowed me down so much. I don't know. I am very excited. I am excited to see what the heck is going to happen on this planet. Is he going to be caught, or is he going to escape? Because he's being chased by, what is it? The Night Brigade. They're chasing him for whatever reason. I know why, but I feel like it's too much of a spoiler to say why. And I don't know if that's all of it either. There's probably more to why he's being chased. So we know why he's being chased, who he's being chased by, and roughly why he left the planet of Roshar, and who he is. But we're still trying to escape. So we're going through that. He's going to try and save these people. I think he's more reluctantly trying to save them. It's more about saving himself, which his companion is, I'll put it that way, his companion is not entirely pleased about. He wants him to still be a hero. So, I don't know, I'm excited. That's all I really have to say. I still have like 22 and a half hours left on this 24-hour readathon, which is crazy. I thought I would be maybe at 20 hours at this point. So I'm reading fast. Hopefully this will help me read a bunch of books, because I've got my immediate TBR right there, if you can see them. I did upload that video of me picking my TBR. I've got more books I want to read. I'm excited to finish this one. I'm excited to read Wind and Truth. I am borrowing the audiobook for it from Libby, and it should be here in like 4 weeks, so I'm not going to get to it in this video, but I will be getting to it in August. So I'm very excited. And once I finish Wind and Truth, I don't know if I'm going to immediately jump into more, I think it's Mistborn Era 2 that's next. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to immediately jump into that, or if I'm going to start different fantasy series. Like, I've been really, really wanting to read The Wheel of Time. So, not sure if I'm going to jump into that next, or I don't know. We'll find out in August when I get there. But yeah, for this video at least, for this week of reading, technically, even though it's 24 hours of reading, it's probably going to be a week. I'm going to try and focus on some more summer reads in my July TBR, because that needs read. I think I've read one book off of my TBR, and it was 120 pages. I think 128, so yeah. Okay, so I am going to get back to reading, and I will probably check in once this book is done. So, see you in a bit. Hey everyone, I am back and I just finished The Sunlit Man. I've got about 20 hours and 15 minutes left on my timer, so we still have a ways to go. I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was really good. I didn't. I'm trying to think of what I said before, and I can't remember. I thought this one was written very well. I mean, I love Brandon Sanderson's writing, so I knew I was gonna like it regardless. I gave this one a 4.5 stars. I think the ending was really good. It was very bittersweet and yet still satisfying. And I don't know, it just made me ready to pick up Wind and Truth and continue with the Cosmere. So I'm not going to pick up Wind and Truth in this video, but I will be picking it up soon. So be on the lookout for that. The next book I'm actually going to pick up is The Gate of the Feral Gods by Matt Dinniman. This one is book 4 in Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I'm ready. I'm ready to figure out what's happening in this book. They're on another level, and I'm really excited to see how the story continues, what the plot line and everything on this level is going to be, what they're going to have to overcome, and I'm ready to dive back in to that humor and just see what happens to our characters. I'm ready to see some good character growth from our main characters, Donut and Carl and others. But yeah, I'm very excited for this one, and I know I'm going to enjoy it. I was supposed to read it last month because it was on my TBR, but I just read other things. I read a lot of romance last month. I just didn't end up getting to it, but I feel like I am finally ready to dive in and get back on the Dungeon Crawler Carl train. Like, I'm ready to go. So, Gate of the Feral Gods, I will update you with my thoughts and a time update. We'll see, like halfway through maybe. I don't know, unless I have something to talk about earlier. So, we'll see. Hi, so I forgot to update about halfway through. I finished it. So, I read it in about 2 days. So, we're just going straight into the clip of me talking about finishing the book. So, yeah. Hey guys, I am back. I just finished The Gate of the Feral Gods by Matt Dinniman. And this one continued with the series, with it being really, really good. I gave this one a 4.5 stars. I really liked the way that the story is progressing and how Carl and Donut are growing as characters. I feel like Donut is starting to mature more. I mean, she's still got her like diva moments, but she's getting better, and I just really like how the story is progressing. I'm really excited to see what happens when they get to floor number 6 in book, what is that, book 5? Yeah, I thought the actual gate, because all the titles allude to an object or something that actually is in the story, and the Gate of the Feral Gods was really cool, and I just thought it was a very interesting concept. I'm not going to say what it is because that would be spoilers if you're reading the series or if you want to, but I thought it was really fun. You learn what it is fairly early, and then you're just dealing with that object for multiple points of the story. And I don't know, I just thought this was very unique and creative. I think Matt Dinniman is really, really good at coming up with creative storylines. I'm excited to see where the series continues to go. I think last time I checked in, I was at roughly 19, almost 20 hours left on the timer. And after finishing The Gate of the Feral Gods, I have 12 hours and 1 minute left, which is still a lot. I'm only halfway through, and I've read 2 books, and one of them is massive. I think after reading Gate of the Feral Gods, I want to go for something lighter, maybe something more summery, because it is mid-July, and I actually just started this book. I need to restart it because it's been a little bit. I started it actually before Gate of the Feral Gods, but I decided to put it down. So I'm going to be reading Our Secret Summer. This one is our book month pick for July for the Mindful Moms Book Club. And this one follows a girl named Isabel, or a woman named Isabel. She is trying to fulfill her late sister's bucket list for, I think it's Ibiza is where she's at. Is it? Yeah, in Ibiza. And she's going to, one of the things is fall in love with somebody. And I'm assuming she's going to end up doing that because it's a romance book. So it's kind of predictable. But she gets a job while she's staying there. And it turns out the guy that she is going to be dating, I guess, is her boss. So it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it. I don't think I've ever read a book like this. So it's a bit of an experiment. We'll see. Hello, I just finished Our Secret Summer by R.S. Gray, and I thought it was pretty good. You know, for a contemporary romance, I think it's a very good summer beach read. It was way spicier than I normally like. I was still able to skip things fairly well, like I normally do, but it was, I don't want to say it was a lot because it wasn't like a lot. It was just more than I typically do. I think the plot was fun, the characters were good. Cristiano was kind of like your normal male main character love interest, so nothing like groundbreaking with him. Isabel was a fun character. She had a fun personality. I think the whole concept of the book was really fun. I think it would be perfect for a normal beach read or like a vacation read. It just, if you are into summer vibes and beachy vibes, this would be your book. It's cute, it's fun, I liked it. I'm giving this one a 3.75 stars. And I only have a couple hours left on my timer. That is not enough time for me to read a whole nother book. So I've made the executive decision to end the 24-hour readathon here. It's been a lot of fun. I'm really happy that I managed to read 3 books, and I don't know, it's taken me about a week, so I'm kind of done with it, but it was still fun. So this has been my 24 hours of reading. So, have you read any of these books? What did you think of them if you did? If you have any good book recommendations, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you have a lovely day. See you in the next one. Bye.